Hi, and welcome to my studio. Today we're going to talk a little bit about free newsletter software that's available out on the web, as well as the important features that you'll want to look for, and also touch a little bit on frequency, how often you should send newsletters. So first let's talk about the important features, one of which is you want to be able to create a form that you can plug into your website to capture email names and addresses, actually just names and email addresses. And then you want to be able to store that information in a database out on the web or on your computer. So keep that in mind when you're looking at newsletter softwares. Create an impactful newsletter is another feature that you want to look at when you're looking at free email or newsletter software. And what does that mean? Well, you want them to look professional, and of course we want them to look pretty. And then you want to be able to embed. You want to be able to use an embedded editor, or what some people call WYSIWYG, which is what you see is what you get. So you'll be able to design using an editor versus having to have the knowledge to write HTML. If you have that WYSIWYG editor, what you see is what you get editor, you'll be able to create them and just type, and in the background the editor creates the HTML for you. You want a custom made template, or you want to be able to choose from a list of templates. If you don't want to do a lot of design work, you just want to pull up a template that's already made and you just plug in the text and the images that you want in there, then you want to use a software package that has a list of really good templates for you to choose from. And then you want to be able to analyze your results. You want to know if people opened up your newsletter, you want to know if it got delivered or if it ended up in a spam filter. You want to be able to actually be able to run a spam test on your newsletter, so it'll give you what percentage, high percentage or low percentage that it will end up in somebody's spam filter, or spam folder. So those are the types of things, those are important features that you want to look at when you're looking at newsletter software. A couple of the, I'll give you about 3 newsletter softwares that you can look up, and most of them contain the features that I just mentioned. One of them is called MailChimp. It's MailChimp. MailChimp is one of the fastest growing free newsletter softwares that are out there. It has all of the features that we talked about. So I believe it's MailChimp.com if you want to go out and check theirs out. If you're on Fine Art Studios online and they're and your website is a part of that group, I believe Clint has a newsletter as part of some of the options at different purchase levels. But certainly if you had any questions, I'm sure Clint would be able to answer them. And also I'm sure that he understands the importance of email distribution and direct marketing. So frequency, we'll talk a little bit about frequency. Every other month is not enough. If you send a newsletter out every other month, you'll probably end up with some people who have forgotten about you and will end up unsubscribing, because all of a sudden this newsletter shows up and they're like, I didn't subscribe for this, and then they unsubscribe. So every other month is not enough. Everything more often than a week, when once a week or twice a week, is probably too often. So I would not send anything out. If I've sent a newsletter out in 1 week, and if my message isn't important enough that I feel I should send out a second newsletter in that week, it waits till the following week. I don't like to send more than once a week, and sometimes I don't even do once a week. Sometimes it may be once every 2 weeks. The bottom line on frequency is do what feels right for you. Again, one of the questions I ask if I've already sent a newsletter out this week, how important is this that it goes out? Is it time sensitive? Is it something that has to be done by the end of the week? Then I'll go ahead and say, alright, I'll send out a second newsletter. If it isn't, then it waits for the following week's newsletter. So, which brings us to wanting to be able to analyze your results. You want to know if sending that direct email to someone has resulted in them reacting to or responding to your call to action. Go to our website and see. Join me at my show. How many people showed up at your show is one data point of analysis. The other part is how many people opened your newsletter and read it to begin with. So all of those analysis tools are very, very important. MailChimp, if you're in Fine Art Studios Online, make sure that you buy the option that includes the newsletter. If you're using WordPress, you'll want to use the newsletter plugin. Everything more often than once or twice a week is too often, and everything other, like every other month, is not often enough in frequency. Thank you for tuning in. I think that pretty much covers newsletters at this point. If you have any other questions, feel free to put them down in the comment area and we'll answer them in a future blog. Take care, keep painting.